Today's floral nail art design is inspired by these cute little clothespins. You'll need a thin art brush and a small dotting tool for this. The polishes I've used are pictured here but will also be listed below in the description. Once your base color has dried, you're ready to start adding your dotted pattern. I'm using my cuticle stick and applying a line of dots down the center of my nail first because I do prefer my dots to be in a pattern as opposed to randomly placed on my nail. For my middle finger, pinky, and thumb, I'm using this thin art brush to create a grid pattern. I start by putting the lines down my nail, and then I build them across my nail. And I just keep them nice and thin and evenly spaced out. Using your thin art brush or dotting tool, you're ready to begin adding the shapes to your flowers. You'll see I'm using my thin art brush and I'm adding circular shapes in groups of 2 or 3, and sometimes 1 if I'm just putting them off to the side of my nail. I'm using the lighter shade of pink, and once I add those to each of my nails, I'm ready to go back and do the highlight step. Next, using your thin art brush and your darker shade of pink, you'll see I'm starting to add some shape to each of these flowers just by adding some curved lines along the outside and throughout the center of each of the shapes. You'll also see I'm adding these kind of little wedge shapes off to the side of the flower just to give it a little bit more dimension instead of just a perfect circle on my nail. To really bring your flowers to life, you're going to go and repeat the last step with your white polish now. So I'm just putting white polish on my brush, and again I'm adding some curved lines to make those flowers pop. If you add too much white in any area, you can just go back with your pink and touch that up like I did there. Once you've completed all of your flowers, you're ready to go in and start adding your leaves. Using the lighter shade of green, I'm adding some leaf shapes to my nail. I'm just randomly placing them, trying to put them in groups of 2, or sometimes I just put them with 1 leaf on its own, and I also make it so that some of those leaves overlap the flowers. Now with the darker shade of green, I'm going in and highlighting each of the leaves on my nail just to add a little bit of dimension. Once you've finished your design, allow it to dry and apply a top coat. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you liked the video. Please comment, share, subscribe, and thumbs up are always appreciated.